What is electromagnetic induction? It states that the change in magnetic field produce EMF or current. So whenever we change the magnetic field, there is always an induced EMF or current. This is known as electromagnetic induction. So the change in magnetic field induce EMF or current. So what's the meaning? Whenever we change magnetic field, so how we can change the magnetic field? So you have, say, a wire which is, or a solenoid is there, and we have an ammeter or galvanometer can also be used. And using a permanent magnet, which is having north and south, the two poles. So there are magnetic field lines. Magnetic field will be there, which is from north to south. So these field lines are also passing through this coil, a solenoid. Now what happened? According to electromagnetic induction, if we change the magnetic field, so how I can change the magnetic field for this coil? So there are two ways. Either I can move the coil towards or away, or I can move the magnet towards or away. So both cases, it will produce a change in the magnetic field. So how we can change the magnetic field here? By moving the coil even towards or away, both cases there will be a change in magnetic field. Or by moving a magnet towards or away. So we can move the coil towards or away, or we can move the magnet towards or away. Both cases, it will produce change in magnetic field. And according to electromagnetic induction, whenever there is a change in magnetic field, like example, if the needle originally it was at 0 mark, so this was 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if originally in the beginning it was at 0 mark, but what happened when we start to change the magnetic field, the current start to produce and it will show a certain value. But if there is no change in magnetic field, if we are not moving a coil or we are not moving the magnet, so it means there is no change in magnetic field. Again, what happened? The needle will return to 0. So when we move the magnet or the coil, there is a change in magnetic field, so needle will show a deflection. If there is no change in magnetic field, if a coil and magnet both are stationary or not moving, there is no change in magnetic field and the needle will return to 0. So this phenomena, a change in magnetic field which produce EMF or current, we call that as electromagnetic induction. Is it clear, the concept of electromagnetic induction? You have a permanent magnet which is having a magnetic field. So this magnetic field, and you place a coil next to this. What is electromagnetic induction? It states when you change the magnetic field, it will produce current or EMF. Voltage means the charges will have energy, or the charges start to move, that's called a current. So how we can change the magnetic field? Either we can move the magnet towards or move the magnet away, that will produce change in magnetic field. Or we can move the coil towards the magnet, or we can move the coil away from magnet. Both cases, it will produce change in the magnetic field. So whenever there is a change in magnetic field, without any battery or a supply, the charges start to flow in the circuit, and we call that as current. And when these charges have energy, we call that as EMF, or electromotive force. So this is a basic principle how we generate electricity, because we generate electricity by changing the magnetic field. So when we change the magnetic field, the charges start to move, and movement of the charges known as electrical current, and the energy which the charges carry, that is known as EMF, electromotive force, or you can also say voltage. Example, if you was having a magnet, you're moving the magnet and the coil in the same direction with the same speed. Like example, you're moving a magnet with a speed of 3 meters per second. You're moving the coil, a solenoid, with the same speed. Is there a change in magnetic field? When both are moving with the same speed. So there is no change in magnetic field as both are moving with the same speed. So what will be the pointer reading? In this case, 0, 1, 2, 3. The pointer reading will be 0. Why? Because no change in the magnetic field. So it will not produce EMF or current. So the pointer reading will be 0 because there is no change in the magnetic field. But if I move them in the same direction but with different speed, like example, a magnet is there and a solenoid. It is not necessary you should have a circular wire or a solenoid. You can also use a straight wire. But because the solenoid is having a longer length in a short space, so the effect of induced current is visible. You can easily identify or recognize. That's why we are using a solenoid. So you are moving this magnet with a 3 meter per second and the coil with 2 meter per second. Now, is there a change in magnetic field when you are moving a solenoid and the coil in the same direction but different speed? Yes, there will be a change. Why? Because the change in a magnetic field is because the distance between them will change. Initially, when they were moving with the same speed in the same direction, so the distance between the solenoid and the magnet was not changing because they're moving at the same speed. But here what happened, the distance will not remain same. This distance will change. So as the distance will change, the magnetic field for a solenoid will also change, and this will induce EMF. EMF or current. Because there is a change in the magnetic field or the distance between a solenoid, and so the needle will show a deflection. It can be any deflection depending on how much or what is the change, but it will show a deflection. There are two laws which explain electromagnetic induction. One is known as the Faraday's law. So what is the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction? It states that the induced EMF or current is directly proportional to change in the magnetic field. So it states that the induced EMF, the current which is produced, is directly proportional to change in magnetic field. What is the meaning of this statement? Example, you have a solenoid and it is connected to a meter. You place a bar magnet and you're moving this bar magnet towards the solenoid, okay, with a speed of 3 meters per second. And these are the numbers on the meter: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Example, the needle was, because there's a change in magnetic field, the coil was stationary or at rest and you was moving the magnet. So example, it produced 2 ampere or 2 volts. Now what happened? According to Faraday's, if you change the magnetic field at a faster or a greater rate, the induced EMF will be higher. So I take the same magnet, but I'm moving it faster. So now I'm moving with 6 meters per second. What will be the voltage produced here? So according to Faraday's, the voltage produced or EMF produced is directly proportional to change in the magnetic field. If you carry out a greater change in the magnetic field, the induced EMF will be higher. So when you was moving with a speed of 3 meters per second, it produces 2 volts. But if you move with a speed of 6 meters per second, you double the speed. So change is also double. So what is the voltage produced? That will produce 4 volts. So according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, the induced EMF is directly proportional to the change in magnetic field, because moving at a higher speed produce a greater change or a faster change in a magnetic field. This will result. Why does change in magnetic field affect EMF? Because what happened, as we are, the magnetic field cause the particles to move. The change in a magnetic field is causing a particle to move. So when we are carrying out a greater change in a magnetic field, there is a greater force on the particles. So when they have a greater force, they will move faster or they will have greater energy to move. That's why the induced EMF will also change. According to Faraday's law, if we change the magnetic field at a greater rate, the induced EMF will be higher. So example, if we have a magnet which is producing a magnetic field, and we move the magnet towards the coil. So if we are moving the magnet towards the coil, direction of a magnetic field is from north to south. So it is producing a change in magnetic field. Example, this change in magnetic field produced 2 volts. So according to Faraday's law, if I carry out a change at a faster rate, for example, if I move the magnet with a speed of 6 meter per second, so that will cause a greater change in the magnetic field. The magnetic field will change in a short time. So greater change or greater rate of change in magnetic field. So what we will observe that the induced EMF is also higher. So when it was moving with 3 meter per second, induced EMF was 2 volts. If we move with 6 meter per second, the induced EMF will be double of that. And when something is a law, it means practically always its practical result always matches with the statement. That's why we call that as a law. So electromagnetic induction explained by Faraday's law that if we carry out a greater change in a magnetic field, there will be a greater induced EMF. Is it clear? Then there is also another law which explains this electromagnetic induction, and that is known as Lenz's law. According to Lenz's law, it states that the direction of induced EMF depends on direction of change in magnetic field. Or we can also say EMF induced, EMF or the current induced, always oppose the change in magnetic field. The first statement is easy to understand. That's why I did not. The second statement is the actual statement of the law. The first statement I wrote just to explain the idea. The direction of induced EMF depends on direction of the change in magnetic field. What's the meaning of that? Example, if you have a zero center voltmeter or ammeter, zero center means the zero will be there at the center, then there will be 1, 2, 3 example, and this will be -1, -2, -3. What is the meaning of negative values? The negative values only shows that the directions, because for current the negative value is showing a direction. This is a zero center voltmeter or zero center ammeter. So 0 is exactly at the center. Now we connect this to a solenoid. So if we connect this to a solenoid and we place a magnet, and I'm moving the magnet towards the solenoid. So as I'm moving the magnet towards the solenoid, there will be a change in the magnetic field which will induce EMF. Example, then because of this change in the magnetic field, I was moving with 2 meters per second. When I was moving with 2 meters per second, it produced a change in magnetic field. This induces EMF, and needle is also deflected. Example, the needle is deflected towards right hand side. According to the Lenz's law, the direction of induced current depends on the direction of change in the magnetic field. So example, for the same magnet, if I move in opposite direction, with the same speed. So according to Lenz's law, there will be a current because there is a change in magnetic field, but the current will produce in opposite direction. So if we are moving with the same speed but in opposite direction, so the needle will deflect, but the direction of the needle will be opposite to the original one. So it will deflect towards -2. So what it shows that the direction of the induced current or the direction of the induced EMF depends on direction in which we are moving the magnet. Example, if we move the magnet, needle is deflected towards right. If we move the magnet in opposite direction, the needle will deflect towards left. Is it clear? The concept of electromagnetic induction. The change in the magnetic field produced the first thing, whenever there is a change in magnetic field, there is an induced EMF. That's called electromagnetic induction. And Faraday's law explain that if we change it, the magnetic field faster at a greater pace or rate, the induced EMF will be higher. And Lenz's law state the direction, that direction of induced current or EMF depends on the direction of the change in magnetic field. So if moving the magnet towards, if the needle is deflected towards right, if we move the magnet away, the needle will deflect towards left. Any doubt in this part? So a question related to this electromagnetic induction. Electromagnetic induction means a change in the magnetic field produce EMF. Electromagnetic induction can be demonstrated by using a solenoid, a magnet, a sensitive ammeter, and connecting wires. In a space below, draw a label diagram of apparatus set up for this demonstration of or to demonstrate electromagnetic induction. So what I should have, I will have a solenoid. Solenoid means a coil or a circular wire. Then connecting wires. The red part is representing a connecting wires. Then ammeter. So this is ammeter. The symbol inside A should be there. And it should be labeled. I did not label anything right now, but it should be labeled. Having two poles, north and south. North is on the right, south. It can be other way around. So what are the labels here? This is a solenoid, magnet, sensitive ammeter, and connecting wires. So These are the labels. State one way of using apparatus to produce induced current. How I can produce a current from this apparatus? So by moving the magnet, or by moving the wire, or moving a solenoid, basically, you are changing the position of the magnet or moving the magnet. Yeah, if you're mentioning moving both, but it should be either towards each other or away from each other. Next is why your method produce. So why your method produce induced EMF? What's the reason why our method? Because the movement of magnet or a wire produce change in the magnetic field which induce EMF or current. Induce means produce, so movement of the charges. So you should mention the change in the magnetic field, the term. Now, without changing the apparatus, I don't want to change the apparatus. State what must be done. What must be done to induce a current in opposite direction as original? Like originally example, if you was moving the magnet, originally you was moving the magnet towards, but I want the current to be in opposite direction. So what you should do? So you should move the magnet away, or if you was moving the magnet away, then it should be towards opposite. So the answer for the first one, move the magnet opposite to the original direction. Or change the magnetic pole. Like example, if south was moving first north was moving towards the magnet, towards the solenoid, you can change the magnetic pole. Now south is moving. So you can change the magnetic pole. Or move magnet opposite direction compared to the original one. You want to produce a large induced current. You want to produce a high current. What you should do? But in the question they mentioned we cannot without changing apparatus. So you cannot use a stronger magnet as they mentioned without changing the apparatus. So you can move the magnet faster. Not in the current will produce when you move the magnet faster. That's called induced current. So how you when you move the magnet faster, produce greater change in magnetic field induce greater EMF or larger current. this question, figure 8.1 shows a bar magnet which is attached to a spring, suspended by a spring over a coil. A solenoid is there, a zero center millivoltmeter, because the voltage produced by this method is too small. So it's a millivoltmeter. The coil is connected to a sensitive 0 millivoltmeter. The lower end of the magnet is pushed down, like we push it down into upper end of a coil and held at rest. During the movement an EMF induced, the meter show a deflection and then return to zero. Why the EMF induced? What's the reason why there's an induced EMF when we move the magnet? No, because the magnet moves. So due to the movement of the magnet, what happened? Why there's an induced EMF? So there's a change in the magnetic field. So what's the reason? Due to change in magnetic field. So whenever there is a change in a magnetic field, there is an induced EMF. Then what happened to a needle of a meter when the magnet is released from rest and is pulled up by the spring? So when, like example, what we did in this question, we stretch this spring so the magnet is here. When we remove, the magnet move in opposite direction. So what we will observe? So the needle will deflect. A magnet released from a rest is pulled up, so the needle will deflect. You can see what was the direction of the deflection of the needle. It was deflected towards right. When we are moving the magnet downward, the needle was deflected towards right. But now what happened? The needle will deflect towards left. Already, because they specified was towards right, so the opposite of right is left. So when a magnet is moved downward, the needle was moving towards this needle. This needle was deflected towards right. But what happened? When we move in opposite direction, the needle will deflect towards left. Then a magnet continue to oscillate up and down, moving in and out of the coil, each oscillation. What we'll observe, like, because this is a spring is there, so this magnet will oscillate, move up and down. What we will observe in the galvanometer, in the voltmeter. So the needle, the multi-voltmeter needle will also deflect left and right. A bar magnet is made up of metal. Suggest a metal from which a bar magnet is made. Yes, steel is there. Figure shows a bar magnet is being inserted. Actually, it's in terms of question, when they're saying a bar magnet is made from the metal, so iron is a metal, steel is an alloy, but in the marking scheme you will find the answer is steel. Why the answer is steel? Because to make a permanent magnet we use steel, the alloy of iron, not a pure iron. When we are saying iron, it means it is pure iron. but we use steel to make a bar magnet, the permanent magnet. Iron is for temporary magnets. Figure 8.1 shows a bar magnet is being inserted into a coil. The north pole and the south pole of a bar magnet are marked, as you can see. The coil is connected to a galvanometer. When we want to find a small current, we can use a galvanometer as well. Explain why the galvanometer deflects as the bar magnet is being inserted in the coil. So what's the answer here? When we move the magnet, there's a change in the magnetic field. And due to the change in magnetic field, there is induced EMF. That's why the galvanometer will show a deflection. So it's of 3 marks. So how you mentioned movement of the magnet, produce change in magnetic field, change in magnetic field, induce EMF, which cause a deflection. Explain what determines. Yes, 3 marks is one is movement of the wire produce change in magnetic field. That's 1 mark. Change in magnetic field induce EMF. That's another mark. And induce EMF cause a deflection of the galvanometer needle. That's a 3rd mark. Explain what determine the direction of the reading on the galvanometer. Like how I will know that whether a galvanometer needle will deflect towards right or left. So what 2 things will determine that whether it will deflect towards right or deflect towards left? Direction of movement of the magnet, that's one thing. And the magnetic pole also. Which pole we are moving? The direction of movement of the magnet and the pole of the magnet. Like, because for example, if I'm moving a north pole, a needle is deflected towards right. But if I move the same magnet, I did not change the direction, I changed the poles. So if I'm moving a south pole, the needle will deflect in opposite direction. So what determines the direction of the deflection is the pole of magnet and inserted here and direction of the motion of the magnet. Describe a method for demagnetizing a bar magnet. But it is described, so you have to explain this. You will mention place in east-west direction and by passing AC and gradually remove the magnet out, or place in east-west direction and heat it, or place in east-west direction or hammering it.